Black Ops 6 Zombies gameplay is slated to be announced and shown worldwide at Call of Duty Next on August 28th. And so before that, we are going to be getting a full release trailer, and I wanted to make one real final wish list video that's really not even a wish list to me. I just think that if Black Ops 6 Zombies doesn't incorporate these features, it will lose a massive majority of its player base. And I'm not really asking for a lot, like I said. It's not particularly a wish list to me. These are just fundamental things that Black Ops 6 Zombies need to just even have people playing the game this year, as opposed to like Modern Warfare 3, for example. So let's get into the main thing. In my opinion, the maps need to have identity. They need to have an actual strong basis in a story. Like this map, for example, you're seeing on your screen right now is Darius Declassified, and it's like a beautiful version of Darius where it shows the entire story throughout. And I think that's what we're looking for here. We're looking for a Mob of the Dead type experience with Terminus and Liberty Falls, the two round-based zombies maps that are coming out. And to me, they have to feel unique. And I think that's something we're already going to be seeing, because as we know with Terminus for Black Ops 6, it's a nighttime zombies map set kind of like in Zetsubo no Shima on a remote island. And Liberty Falls is apparently going to be some sort of daytime version of a Transit remake. So that already is a huge difference in environment, and I hope that they can keep that up throughout the Black Ops 6 lifecycle, and hopefully we get more than like 4 maps in the game total. I think that was one of the worst problems with Black Ops Cold War, is Black Ops Cold War finished with the same amount of maps Black Ops 4 launched with, which is a huge problem. And I think the thing is like we need to go back to the iconicism of these maps. Like when you remember Zetsubo no Shima, I'm thinking like the Marshals, the Razorback, Widow's Wine being free, you know? But it's like when I think of Cold War, like Firebase Z, brother, I can barely remember where freaking PhD or Jug is on that dang map, man. Is it even on the map? I don't know. Like this is what builds character. This is what creates beautiful map layouts in these older zombie games, and that is what we desperately need in Terminus. And going from the gameplay that we've seen from Terminus already, they're already placing in distinct machines throughout the map, and I think we're getting that sense of original zombies gameplay identity back, which is amazing. So again, my point for this is please no mundane maps and no facility maps, and if you have them, throw them into Outbreak if that does come for this game, and just let's forget about it fully. So again, another thing that I've harkened on is don't differentiate on the content between Outbreak and round base. That's pretty obvious, don't have to say too much about that. Another thing that I think absolutely needs to stop happening for Black Ops 6 is the incessant hand-holding throughout the entirety of the game. Like, let's take D-Machine from Cold War, for example. It literally shows you where the power switch is and how to turn on Pack Punch like that, which I think is nice, but it's like, do it in a way like Drak, where it's just simple because of the way it's laid out. Like, I don't like when Zombies hand-holds the player and tells you exactly how to do it. And I don't think Easter egg runners or holders or speedrunners or anything like it either, because it just takes away from what makes speedrunning cool, which is going through steps that you don't have to, doing all these shortcuts while still completing a massive full Easter egg. And that can only feel gratifying if there are actually easy steps at the beginning and then progressively more challenging steps as the Easter egg goes on. So hopefully Black Ops 6 really stops with that hand-holding. They really started it in Black Ops 4, I would say, with like the tutorial with the Jason Blundell model and all that. And to me, that has to go. Zombies is about spawning in weak, not knowing where you are, what to do, and coming out of that. Literally, look at the Nocturne Tone look at the Nocturne Tone intro and tell me that I'm not, like, spitting. That is literally what I'm talking about. Nocturne Tone's intro is exactly what I'm saying. Like, you literally spawn in, you're a soldier that's, like, been wiped out, and you come to your memory as a zombie is chasing after you. We need to go back to that. Another thing that Black Ops 6 Zombies absolutely must have is an offline mode. If we do not have an offline mode, this game mode will definitely die within a year. And I believe, like, Modern Warfare 3 Zombies, as soon soon as Black Ops 6 happens, it's practically out the door, because that game mode dies when there's not enough players, and also because if it's always online and there are hackers that join your lobby, you're cooked. It's over. You're never standing a chance. So please, Black Ops 6 Zombies, have an offline mode, please God. Another thing that we need is better weapon balancing. This was one of my least favorite aspects in Black Ops Cold War. You literally need to run the best weapon to get the most amount of points, which makes literally no sense. The whole purpose about old zombies and the old point system was any weapon was viable to create points, and the good weapons were just to eliminate the zombies faster. We need to go back to that system, because the way that Cold War system is built right now is it's built like multiplayer, where it only rewards you if you're running the absolute best meta class that you possibly can. Because if you're not running the best meta class, then you're absolutely cooked, and there's no two ways about it. And that is one of my least favorite things about Black Ops Cold War, and I really do hope that they eventually fix it. Now, coming into our next spot, we need better weapon balance. And what I mean by weapon balance is, like, I know there's the differentiation between the rarities and like starting with your starting pistol. Get me wrong, listen, but I don't think starting pistol is ever going to come back. I think we're only ever going to get loadouts from here on out. And so that is why I am genuinely hoping to God, right, that we absolutely get better weapon balance that doesn't inform a meta into zombies. As soon as there is a meta in zombies, what's the point in adding in every other weapon but that weapon? You know what I mean? Especially because you can only get that certain amount of points from it. It's a complete waste of time. Now, another thing that Black Ops 6 absolutely needs, because we know that Salvage is confirmed from the teasers in the gameplay, we need better Salvage counts and better Liquid Divinium counts. And what I mean by that is Salvage needs to be way more accessible. Like, in Cold War, it would drop like every couple of zombies. If Salvage is going to be in this game, it needs to drop from every single zombie, period, no matter what. Like, I should not be having to play multiple rounds on Cold War just to get more salvage to use something. That is so stupid, and that is fully a gameplay design fault. That has to be fixed. And also, if Gobblegums are coming back, we need Liquid Divinium counts to be better. The earn rate needs to be higher. And again, it all depends. This is subject to change for how this Gobblegum system works. It's probably just going to be something earnable in-game, and you probably won't be able to buy extra Gobblegum. Maybe just for launch. That might change after launch. So ultimately, I hope if they realize that if we can't buy Gobblegum, the earn rate has to be incredibly high for us to use the system, or else we're going to get another Black Ops 4 where we're not going to use the system. So it's completely pointless if they add it in, right? Like, it's like when they added mutations into Black Ops 4, but nobody used it because it didn't give you XP or anything. Just a complete waste of time. Please, God, don't go back to that. Now, another thing that we need is Black Ops 6 needs more fulfilling high rounds. And I don't think this is going to be answered. My last two suggestions here, I don't think are going to be answered. And more fulfilling high rounds basically just means, like, yes, the max round cap is probably also going to be round 935. And that in and of itself is just boring, because you know with Cold War, a lot more people are going to be hitting round 100s. A lot more people are doing Easter egg completions, which is what Treyarch ultimately cares about. They don't care about the hardcore player. They want more people playing zombies, which ultimately, while yes, I think that is a good thing, you can't get rid of the player base you've already built up. And that is what I really hope Treyarch understands with this game, because we are very tired of either extreme hardcore Easter eggs in Black Ops 4 or extremely simplistic Easter eggs from Cold War. We need that Black Ops 3 intermediate, that balance, and that is what is going to make high rounds and Easter eggs much more enjoyable without just ramping up the Rampage Inducer and having super sprinters. And like I said, we know the Rampage Inducer is coming back, so probably that point is never going to get answered. And finally, on to my last point here, Black Ops 6 Zombies needs to revert back to the old point system. To me, I cannot see weapon balance being made without them returning to this old point system. The new point system that was introduced in Black Ops 4 is literally the worst system, so bad to the point that high rounders literally have to end their games because they don't have enough economy, enough points to even use anything on the map, and anything else they buy on the map will make 0 points because it's about getting the elimination and not just shooting the zombie. It's such a stupid system, It boggles my mind as to how it even got added into the first place. And ladies and gentlemen, I will not be at Call of Duty Next. Y'all already know I keep it real for y'all, and I will always try and give you the actual news as to what's going on, as opposed to anybody that gets shilled out. So ladies and gentlemen, it's been an absolute pleasure, and I'll see y'all hopefully in that next one in Black Ops 6, baby.